Secretary of State Antony Blinken said he warned Wang Yi during their first face-to-face meeting after the U.S. shot down a Chinese surveillance balloon that the action was unacceptable and must never happen again. Blinken said that she and Martha Raddatz had a very direct, very clear conversation about the Chinese surveillance balloon being sent over our territory in violation of our sovereignty, in violation of international law, in an interview shortly after their closed-door meeting. The meeting with Chinese diplomats, which occurred in conjunction with the Munich Security Conference, seemed to be arranged at the last minute because the secretary left his hotel and went directly to the location after ostensibly turning in for the night. I felt it was crucial to stress the value of maintaining open lines of communication in order to engage in direct diplomacy. It is our duty to treat the relationship with respect. I believe the world anticipates that from us, Raddatz was told by Blinken. When the balloon was discovered and determined to be a Chinese surveillance aircraft, Blinken's trip to Beijing earlier this month was postponed indefinitely, further escalating the diplomatic rift between the two global superpowers. Before it was widely known that the balloon was in American airspace, the secretary's initial response was to summon a senior diplomat from the Chinese embassy. When the incident became a significant news story, he ultimately decided against going, and on the day before he was supposed to leave, he called Wang Yi to let him know. Blinken and Wang Yi met on Saturday for about an hour, according to a senior State Department official, during which the secretary made clear the administration's displeasure with the incident. Beijing has insisted that the aircraft, which flew over sensitive military locations on the American mainland, was an unmanned civilian plane that veered off course. Before meeting Blinken, Wang Yi described the American response as absurd and hysterical. Although the senior official claimed that the American and Chinese delegations had agreed to refrain from characterizing each other's points of view, they also claimed that Wang Yi was unable to offer any convincing justifications for the surveillance balloon's presence in American airspace, and that neither the American opinion nor China's position had changed. Wang Yi expressed China's solemn position on the so-called airship incident, demanding that the United States change its course and face up to and solve the damage caused by the indiscriminate use of force, according to a brief readout from Beijing. A brief meeting between Blinken and Wang Yi would not be a substitute for the secretary's trip to Beijing, according to State Department sources, but Blinken and other top officials have publicly vowed to maintain open lines of communication with China. The official stated that although the discussion between the top diplomats of the two nations was the kind that contributes towards that goal, there was still work to be done. Blinken also expressed disappointment on behalf of the administration over China's military's lack of response to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's call after the balloon shoot-down. Additionally, they mentioned that Blinken reiterated President Joe Biden's plan to speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping soon.